Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
Best teams don't only focus on team fighting and don't only focus on split pushing. They oftentimes feel forced into team fighting, and it comes back to bite them. So I am curious to see how Morgan does on it.
Yeah, we'll have to check in on that later. Sponge is looking for a steal, and he's just going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a control ward that spotted him, but still, just a straight-up flip for the Smite fight, as Sponge will go down. That's first blood given over to Bull, but I still feel like getting that dragon is worth it this early.
Oh, 100%. Potentially a contest here. I say that. Yehu will have to TP in first. Okay, decides to stop his back. He has Weaver's Wall, but they're just too slow, and Bro, this time they're going to get the objective for free, and maybe more.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to look for Sponge here, who does have flash and ult, but the flash on him from Krako catches him off guard, and Sponge, he just dies. It just felt like there were so many ways for him to get out of that, and he just elected not to.
Yeah, that was a little bit bizarre, especially after just a no contest there.
Sponge and Yehu, they've probably played together in the past, but definitely not as much as Closer and Krako have played together. So LazyField taking a million sticks into him as the Ren should come through, but the Renata ult is totally going to miss, as we do have LazyField to just get popped as Bull waits for it, knows how to play with the Renata, still has the bell, but he does go down after the fact. The Sponge just barely going to clean that one up. Still a winning trade here for Bro.
Not sure if it was just a lot when Bull comes through. You just know what you're going to get, right? And we knew it in draft. We mentioned it. Bates Call comes out here. Good flash from LazyField. The Renata ultimate here, unfortunately, just a little bit wide. And yet still, Bull is able to time the Rend here on the bailout, gets the kill, and takes out the Nico here just in time with his last martial pose. You can see the arms that was sticking up there. The answer is yes. This is going to be a big fight here. Both teams not really fully set up, but Yehu having full health here is actually just going to go to the top lane, and I think that might be the contest, or the give, rather.
I mean, Sponge is here. He has his ult. He's about to get his flash, actually. The timing was uncanny that he was about to be ready for it. Now we're just having a TP behind them, and again, Yehu doesn't have TP, so he can't be part of this fight. Morgan coming in here on the Yorick, and not the best flanking character, but in this angle, I feel like it's very good, as Morgan is going to pick up the kill. And now they got a Rift Herald in mid, and yes, DRX got the mid turret, but that's all they're going to get. They're going to lose their mid turret, and they lost the Drake. A bit of pressure in top, but Yehu, you just kind of decided, I'm not helping my team. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, I do think there's clearly a bit of an issue communication-wise between mid and jungle in this one. I mean, you called it out early, but we've seen it now like basically 3 times where there've been some indecisive.
Very happy, and it's not because they have a traditional tank on their team. It's because they have Kalista.
Yeah, Kalista builds tanky. And like, if we go to super late game, we'll have like a Jack shows, and here's a Weaver's Wall.
Well, opportunity here. Paulo just going to set up his ult. Krako is Xinjiao, and Fate's Call available. Nice angle here, though, for Rich to come in from the top lane. Krako in a bit of trouble, just flashes away. Closer, though, getting to work on the bottom side, and Sponge can't get the kill onto Krako as they go so deep for it, but now Closer is alone, flashing in by himself. As Bull going to take a massive Scion stun to the face and just die. No Ren comes through. Krako also goes down, and DRX turned this fight around somehow, some way, as it was a very messy one. And Yehu will pick up the double kill. Morgan just in top pushing.
Messi does not do it justice there, too. No, 100%. And I think, considering Weaver's Wall's up, teleports up, you have the tools. And also, Morgan isn't deep in the side lane against a Scion that doesn't have TP or anything like that. Like, you have the means to actually fight this straight up, although Rich may be going a little bit too deep here.
We do have the bottom lane coming on up, so Morgan in a bit of trouble, but Krako is Xinjiao, and they just turn on the LazyField. That is going to be the kill. No knock up here for Ondil, and LazyField gets one, Rich gets the other. The rotation quicker for DRX.
It's just no vision for, it looks like, or at least started, by DRX. Because of that pick there topside, Yehu can just zone with his wall. I think this one's just gone.
Yep. It's crazy to see, a couple kills in top lane manage to make its way all the way down to the Otacon, but okay, not even going to smite because you don't have to. Can save it for the Drake. They're going to try to extend to the Drake. This is on vision, though. Can be a bit risky. And now that they started, immediately Bro does come on over. But now Bro's going to start in. Now DRX have the onus on them to kind of stick around.
Yeah, remember that Weaver's Wall still up here for Yehu. Clears that wave. Closer trying to deny his flank, though. Really nice positioning here on the Azir. Here he comes and says no.
I mean, Okay, 2 walls. Which one is better? Big knockups though from the Nico and the Scion. Just insane stuff as in his bowl underneath the Dragon, but that's not where he wanted to be. Both AD carries are down, but his 4v5 here. Yehu a bit out of mana though. They're trying to take down Closer, and one knockup will get it done. Very close actually. If he lives there, maybe he has enough. As Yehu flashes away, but he will go down, and no bailout comes through here.
I think we're going to coin
Palu.
A new phrase here, Valdez, as Palu goes down. That's Rise Group, baby!
Oh, God.
Oh,
it's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time, right? And it's happening before Rise Group is even fully unlocked. In backing down. He's like, yeah, nice side laning, Yorick. Side lane Scion is here with 3 grubs. And he's ulting in.
Yeah, he's ganking. And they're up against a wall and a Scion. The wall's not going to do too much. They're trying to engage here onto Rich, who I don't think that's the target you want, guys. Krako in a lot of trouble is going to get bailed out and just die. Morgan is also here. I didn't even notice. He's already dead. And, yeah, just going to ult on top of him. Might as well. Free kill here for LazyFeel. And this is giving me... I don't know, Wolf. I think I'm kind of feeling it, you know. Burrow had this early lead, and I think a lot of people got pretty complacent. We're not seeing enough Rotax.
Yeah, I think people are not paying.
That is the issue. How could this happen this quickly?
They thought it was a big enough gold lead. They're like, no. I'm exempt. No, you're not. You're never exempt. Never in the Rise Group battle. Not going to happen. DRX going to take Baron off of this clip. And they'll have that Void Staff here pretty soon. This Talia is massive. Sure, some shaky decision-making early on, but has really strongly been the carry for this roster mid-game and onwards.
Yeah, he used the money very well. You know, the initial play to give up the Dragon would be fine if your entire team wasn't there trying to set up for the Dragon, right? Like if you're making the trade and your team's doing stuff elsewhere, that's fine. But yeah, ends up being okay. He's farming, he's winning, he's carrying. And he's great.
There's also an item behind now. You know, he was one of the most mental Mountain Drakes. Feels pretty rough when you are the Callista in this scenario, or the Azir. That's also significant grouped here, and Rich is pushing mid. Love the aggressive setup here for DRX.
It's going to wall him off. Kind of a safe wall. Not sure if necessary, but it's going to 100% get them this turret. So they get that inner. Only 10 seconds.
Closer does have TP, but good luck.
Yeah, I mean, this vision is denied for the moment. Krako might just have to send it in. Let's see. Nope, not going to go for it. And it did go down very fast.
The Weaver's wall was just like kind of towards Bro. And he's like, yep, that's good enough. I've done my job here.
Stuck it into the heart of Bro. I do have a Dragon. Very important. Can't give over Mountain Soul to DRX or it's 100% GG. Especially with the Callista on your team. And still no Void Staff here for Closer, who's still behind and just trying to make any kind of item. So DRX is going to force their way into this one, as they know the importance of this objective as well. We are seismic shoving the Maiden. As Morgan's here because, well, this is, again, just one of those team fights where you kind of have to be here. Can't be side laning and give away the Mountain Soul. It's not going to work out very well. As follow flash, escape flash from Closer. Now, if Rich is standing here alone, maybe Closer eventually kills him.
Yeah, in 10 years, we'll still be watching it, but...
Still no Void Staff.
Redemption.
Nice engage here from the side of Ondel. Is going to get into the corner, but we do have a safe Azir who's doing a decent amount of damage. Sponge trying to take down Closer, but he gets bailed out as well. The tops of the fight is going all the way of DRX, and eventually Closer goes down, and DRX say, oh, we didn't want that Dragon anyway. We'll just get a quad kill for LazyFeel.
LazyFeel before the game, looking like he was feeling the pressure, playing this matchup. Didn't go well for him at level 1, but he gets the last laugh in the end, assassinates Bull in the final team fight, and DRX will walk down mid to end the game. Big comeback in this one after what was a rocky mid-game here for Bro. Bro had, I feel like, all the cards in this one, but they certainly did not utilize them to their full potential, and Rich is just going to tank turrets as the Nexus explodes, and DRX take game 1 here. Yehu feeling himself. You know, not the greatest Weaver walls we've ever seen, you know. Literally doing his team a disservice, you know. Yeah. And I don't think he wanted to play Lee Sin into this draft. I mean, there is some level of backline access you could try to get, which usually is the case with the Jace into Rumble. And a fast back here as well for Krako, who has a 2 longsword advantage, but he's still playing against a Trundle.
Yeah, about that. We have some trading in mid as well. Saw Yehu go in. Sponge eating a ton of shuriken damage, and he's sticking around. He is going to smite it down, but the red buff is ticking on the Sponge. Follow-up with the flash, and it's so easy! Sponge should have seen that coming.
Hold on.
Okay, they're going to just kill him then. Yeah, Yehu able to get over. Closer not.
That was really very far away. I don't think this is going to be possible to contest. They can stop Yehu from getting over, but what does that really mean?
I mean, it looks like he wants to get in, but the pillar should zone him away. They want to try to turn onto Yehu, who's just going to go back in. He has Magnet Storm, and now Paulo in a lot of trouble. And he's... Oh, the stun! The stun, it saved him!
That is pretty significant. You know? 3-1 counts.
Morgan is trying to bait something here. Equalizer coming down. No flash for Rich, who is just going to get Zedded here in just a little bit. Burnt down by Morgan, and Krako didn't even have to ult.
Yeah.
That mobility of the Zed just coming back
able to get this next dragon. Feeling really good about the advantage they picked up early on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah. We had a couple of Hex techs yesterday, so maybe we can continue with the luck. And we'll see about that. Not too much happening at this moment, so I got a little update from G-Sun about the rule book.
Yes.
That was updated on March 28th. As might have to hold that thought as Morgan's going in here, but he's getting baited actually as the Trundle is here. Flash available for Morgan, but he just elects to die instead. So Rich, nice job baiting him out there. Good timing from Sponge to be up in the top side.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. He's not griefing the system.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I like that. Paulo does not have ult.
Yeah, he's gonna get ulted himself actually. Krako goes in and does a little bit of damage to Sponge. Now we got chains flying in from off screen, but they're not gonna really do anything. Lazyfield does have to flash. Oh, very close to taking him down actually. But still. Yeah. Anyway, we're looking for this dragon. We can't take Drake. And Sponge is getting to work on this, but that ult's not going to do all too much, kind of interrupted by the pillar. And now the TP coming in, DRX are just abandoning ship. So they say, we didn't even need this one. Zeus going in. Gotta be careful, just an aggressive trade. He's not overcommitting. But yeah, they already have one Drake, so they say it's fine. We'll get your TP and we'll get Rich some money.
Infernal Soul as well.
You called it.
So denying a really impactful dragon. Ooh, that's...
That happened.
Oh, let's pan over here.
Krako? Okay, he's just going to ult on in. And maybe a turn here on the Sponge, but he's quite tanky here on the Trundle with that Subjugate. And yeah, he's just unkillable at this point in the game. Even the Equalizer comes down, and it's not quite enough. Finally, Bull is able to get some damage in. Lazyfield coming on over as well. Ondel is dead. They're going to leave him with the fishes. And Yehu is playing Silas.
Outplay there with the dash. You call it a miss, you can call it a dodge. I call this one a dodge. The Jace Ezreal in this game, they're going to be set at angles where both of them can poke consistently.
Yeah.
He's not going to be poking right now, he's going to melee for him.
Yeah, Ondel's going to Hex Flash this wall, and Morgan is going to flash away, but I don't know. Do they have the damage to take down the Rumble? They do, barely, but Ondel is going to go down. TP does come in, so it's still a win for DRX, but a little bit scary there.
Yeah, also the Leona getting fine, but they were a little bit slow on it. And as a result, it ends up being Morgan getting a kill and Ondil getting a kill. Rich will get some shared gold, of course, out of it. And Bro, after that trade up, are going to go ahead and take this Rift Herald. It's going to be a Herald for a turret. That's feats of strength, though, to DRX, as they were able to get the turret first.
Yeah. It feels like little and team fighting, as you were talking about. We do have this Rift Herald dropped here in mid. I feel like this might be able to get this mid turret. Not on the crash, but just a little bit more.
Yeah, with this next wave, they should be able to get it. Rich is looking for a flank. He's going to miss that shock blast. That should just be the turret here. And they don't have to hard force. This is a big win for Bro. You can now kind of try to force their way into this choke point and get that control. Yehu could look to TP in. And I think this is a really important dragon fight for DRX. If they give this over to Bro, it gives them so much critical time and damage and scaling to this Victor composition. As it looks like they're just going to trade turret for Bro. Like, Bro? They are going to get the dragon, right?
Eventually.
Like, now Rich could maybe steal this. Like, okay, he won't, but that was a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's like they're scrambling
Has
to try to get
an insane amount of power here in this bottom lane with Sponge. you know, a lot of time was wasted for Croco. They're actually just going to get this in there. I think this is a great choice. At least get the equalizer. So much damage done, and I think they still get it, man. Equalizer be damned.
They killed it so quickly. What is Stegon doing? He's fidgeting with his shoe.
He's not even wearing bro colors. He thinks it's Orange Day. He's wearing the
Those look like DRX colors, actually.
Yeah. Is he knitting? He's knitting a shoe.
He's saying 2-0 or something.
No,
we have an engage here.
Okay, hold on. We'll talk about it later. Is Sponge?
I think he's okay. He just subjugated the Rel, rather. So, yeah.
Save instead, though.
Bro?
And like he's like, I guess they're not coming. Rich is like, well, I'm not going either. Loses control for just a moment. Boom. Otacon, by the way. So not feeling great. And that's still where they are trying to now group up here to punish Yehu.
Well, that was unfortunate. Sponge is, he's going to subjugate, and he gets a shield. Maybe he lives. No. Full one ability. Oh, Paulo just pops like a balloon as in goes Croco onto Lazy Field. Not a lot of peel for him. He doesn't have flash. No arcane shift. And that's what that Zed is there for. Andal just on the run. Looks like Rich also going to go down in mid as now we got a Zed ult coming in from Yehu as he's going to get a kill. Hops back. But not a lot of ways to get out of here. Waiting for his cooldowns. Does get over. Immediately stunned. And yeah, just immediately dies.
That's
Bro
massive.
Is going to get that shutdown. What is this angle?
Orange Stegon. He's loving it. And I mean, I was looking at the whole situation right before that being like, man, I wasn't having the greatest performance in the mid matchup there into Lazy Field where, you know, we got out of lane and he was just farming, the farming matchup, so to speak. He has 3 kills now. He is big, and you know, this comp does a lot of damage. And if Paulo's in the right place, like, they will kill anyone.
They're very deep engaging onto a Leona. Can they kill Andal on time is really the question. TP does come in for Morgan, but now we're going to have Bull go down immediately as Bro are in an awkward spot. The equalizer's okay. And I feel like DRX could have pushed the envelope a little bit more there, but the equalizer does push them away. Closer getting quite low. Here comes Sponge up the river, blocking the plants. But now the re-engage coming in here.
Yeah, TP coming in as well. Bro.
Yeah, Bro needs to get out now.
I think it might be too late, Valdez. They do not have a turret here.
DRX also playing this very carefully. The engage comes in on a Lazy Field. It will be a ton of damage with the Zed on top of it, as now that's a nice trade. And now Yehu going 1v1 versus Morgan. Tries to re-engage, but misses. He's burning down. It's a kill for Bro, actually. As Sponge still chasing Closer. Finally gets the kill, but he will be traded out as Bro win the fight.
That's Rise Group, baby! Bro, out-mechanicking DRX in this moment. Yehu is on a flank, technically. Let's see what if he steals the Rel ultimate and looks for a Rel engage, this could actually be huge. Like, that's the angle he's looking for, but Closer is very aware of this. He's looking for him. He's like, I'm not going to allow that.
Yeah. They don't have vision to get into that backline either, so he's going to be flying blind. He's fine where he is, but I don't know about running all the way in here. He doesn't have his flash. Can be difficult. Timing will be crucial. Blue buff picked up for Bro.
This is looking really rough here for DRX if they can't find that Sylas flank. He's still flanking. Edge of Night gone.
And he's spotted immediately on the flank. Andal now going to be targeted here on his flank as they try to go in on a Morgan, but Andal's getting so low. Flash on into Rich, who will be taken out by Croco, who does take a lot of damage, though. Palu is going to go down. Lazy Field and Yehu are totally fine. Flash on in from Lazy Field. Going to miss that Q, though. It doesn't matter. He's able to hop on in, and our resident Bro is not very happy with this scenario. This would have been the moment for Bro to close it out.
Yeah, it was a really awkward angle for dealing with the Sylas flank. Sponge gets on top of Bull, and he just can't play the game.
It was really cool to see Andal taxi in and then flash Q Closer, because Closer is really dangerous, as you mentioned before. He just hit his death cap, and Andal made sure that he wasn't a part of that fight, as now Andal taking a bunch of damage, but now they're kind of stuck between the pillar and the wall. Andal is going to go down, though. The counter engage comes in. The equalizer doesn't do all too much. Lazy Field is able to zone everybody away by himself. DRX, they trade supports, but it definitely feels like they're in control of this one as Lazy takes down the turret.
Game
Start
is not
up the Baron.
Yeah,
Rich is spotted.
Rich is just like, I'm chilling. You can't stop me from TPing. Bull can, but I mean, he could just come over here and buy time, stall them out.
Yeah, he has
and
flash.
the Baron's just gone.
Yeah, they didn't have the best Baron team in the game, but they had a good enough one, and they're able to burst it down. And it's usually from behind. It doesn't feel like it's enough.
It just doesn't feel relevant to me. I mean, you and I have had this conversation so many times about, like, if it doesn't have CC, you can't play it in the mid lane. It has to be something that has some form of CC, otherwise the utility just isn't there. And, I mean, look at him go. He's just going to push Bull away, and
CC
that's
is
his turret.
CC is king, for sure.
I just think that's always kind of been the way of modern League of Legends. Might have just been a bit of Valdez boat brigading. Not sure. Krako, he doesn't have CC.
Yeah, he doesn't have his ability to jump to anyone either. He's going to hop back finally, but taking a lot of damage. Now LazyField taking the 1v1. Bull flashing over. LazyField flashes into closer, just dies. That didn't have to happen.
It didn't have to happen, and he could tell he was a little bit towards Bull.
Let's see what Bull has to say about this. Nothing at all.
Infernal Soul. And Yahoo, like you said, he's pushing, threatening this inhibitor turret, and does have the teleport. They need to be decisive, they need to be fast.
They're going in on the Rich. I think he might just die here, but a lot of damage does go to Paulo, and Rich lives somehow. But DRX are being roped into a weird fight. They might just try to keep them around and go for the Nexus.
I mean, yeah, Rich could TP. Rich could TP into the base. He's just going to get away with this back for free. Yeah. Bro have to be fast here.
They're trying to stop the backs. They're not going to be able to. Morgan is going to back. We got double TPs coming in. I don't think DRX can end this game.
I don't think so. Can they win this fight? I don't think so either.
LazyField's dead. So is Rich. Should be Infernal Soul for the side of Bro now.
Snap call to go for the end does not work, which means that that's going to have to be dealt with here. But like I mentioned before, the fact that they have this Infernal Soul will help them with wave clear. And now they're going to turn their eyes. Now, wave is not stacked up just yet, but this Baron is fast enough to where I think that if he tried it, they would just empower Baron recall home and ripped onto the chair. Or maybe he's got his hands together, or yeah, maybe he's frantically knitting. I'm not sure, but.
Oh, he's grabbed onto the chair. Yeah, he's going in on a Morgan, but he's alone. Does he even get the kill? I don't know. Oh, he's going to dash away. We got a pillar here. You even just going to flash for good measure. Because why not? You don't need that.
This is not really need this Baron to get a little bit more damage done than what they have right now, though. 2,000 gold is a lot, but they want an inhibitor.
There's that damage. This is what Krako's supposed to try to do, and he dies through all the shields.
I mean, he's full build. He's full build. I mean, you know, you mentioned trading your life for it. He doesn't have to trade his life this time. No 80 carry means with the last 45 seconds of this Baron, they can get some real damage done in the base.
I think they might just be able to end it without LazyField. You see that Rich is going to have to try to clear the waves. Yeah, who doesn't really do that very well, not against Baron.
They don't have Infernal Soul and Bro do, so they can clear any spawning minions so fast. They have insane poke with this Varus too. The siege is fantastic.
All right, we're going to see a Chaos Storm on the ground as Paulo is going pretty deep, but he wants to get that kill on a Sponge. Yeah, who goes in? He's got a Storm up here as desperately trying to clear the champions. Krako getting pretty low himself, one chop away, but it doesn't matter. Sponge only going to get that kill, and we have a series on our hands here, a Rise Group series going to a game.
Drafts, and obviously it's Game 3 Fearless, and things get a little bit murky, things get a little bit tougher to suss out, like in terms of, you know, when you see two comps like this.
And then it actually worked for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to work in this scenario.
No, the Draven Prio into the center lane is going to mean first Dragon goes to Bro. Simple.
Where we sit back and we wait. And we Bro and brew.
Hold on, though, because like two junglers on the top side, Sponge level 6.
Nah.
Oh, do you see that? Champion damage.
Sponge did not spell shield the knockback.
He doesn't care. He's got his fear.
He elected not to. And you know what? Could have gotten Sejuani ulted instead, so probably better to save it.
I think we're fighting a little bit. I think they're going to fight a little bit, fellas. I think the champions might attack each other.
Okay. Let's see. We got ults coming on from both sides, actually. Full-on engage into that backline as down goes Sponge immediately. This is the episode where SpongeBob dies, I guess, as down he goes, and now Yehu's in trouble. And Bro, they pull the trigger so quickly that DRX could not respond.
Paulo sacrifices himself.
Are we?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, this is where we paused, actually. So, I don't believe we had a chrono break. Either way, we're going to be going in. Rich seems to be dead. Takes a big snip to the face, and the knockup comes in. Palu, he is just the better ganking support, and he gets Morgan a double kill.
Okay.
600 gold.
I'd say that's a little low, maybe 750.
Maybe, yeah.
Because 20 CS plus 202. They're both sitting on their first item.
Rich has a kill. I don't know.
Well, Morgan may drop a little bit here if he does in fact die to this gank. It does not have flash, but he is Gwen. No TP for Closer to bail him out, so it's just going to be a 1v4. Good luck, Closer!
All right, we'll see what happens. He gets those extra resistances. He does not get feared. They're still going for the dive here. Zondo with Aftershock. It's going to tank it up, but he doesn't have flash.
Closer's
he still
coming.
Gets away.
He doesn't go all the way.
Meanwhile,
X's to get all the way up there. I thought he was about to do the big Corky Boom Boom.
Yeah.
He had boots, you know,
Well,
he was flying fast. So yeah, as you say, they still get the first turret. Bull gets a ton of free time with this turret and farming for that. This is not a bug, he's just Gatling gunning the wave. And Yehu's gonna engage on him.
Yep, not gonna hit the charm,
that
but
flash.
still a ton of damage coming in onto the Corky. And yeah, Closer's gonna go down. That's a shutdown. Closer, or rather Krako does have to flash just to get out of there.
Well, they both flash, and it was a really cool flash from Closer. A clash, if we're going to go back to our memes from earlier, I guess will be the only way. And they have Herald Prio. So Bro are looking for Soul Point here pretty soon. It's going to be the mid turret that goes down first. Bull going to have this charge right behind him. No punish on the Draven.
Or together, they need to move forward and get vision. They can't really do that. Rich's top lane, I think they're just agreeing to give this one away, which is okay for now, but there's going to be a lot of pressure here in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Would have felt better if like he got that before the dragon and that got them feats of strength, that next dragon. Like we mentioned, going to be up around Otacon. And the Otacon will be up for like 3 minutes earlier, 2.5 minutes. But it's a chill bro and brew game now.
It's a DRX and drink.
Yeah.
It's a bro and brew. Also a bro and brew apparently. Closer is dead. Not a lot of help for him, as eventually Paulo does come over. We got a TP as well, but it's kind of wasted as the play is already done. But yeah, another pick on a Closer. I think that's really the only thing that DRX can do, so I like that they are doing it.
I don't think anyone's going to be able to punish Bull for this push, but DRX are going to try to get this Otacon on spawn here. It's on the top side of the map, which is where they just made that play, so they have full control. This is just a really smart play from DRX. They isolate Corky, Ritz hits the ult, and I mean, Bull has his own ultimate, but they just don't have anything to fight with this. Morgan did not have teleports coming up just now. They're going to try to get Rich in return, but you know, I feel like in this draft, it's kind of okay for the Gwen to just get a turret in exchange, especially considering that they didn't have the ability to fight for that. I think this is definitely the right call. Like, a lot of people might be going, oh, bro, just let him have it, but I think this was the play that was going to be the highest chance of Bro getting something back. And it's on the bottom side of the map where they want to have control for this next dragon in a minute 30 anyways. We did do a jump cut as soon as the Otacon was taken, so we'll take a look at experience in a moment. We're getting more.
Yeah, we're fighting in bot lane. That's just going to be a flash away from the Poppy ult, so Rich will live. Bit of a follow-up on Apollo. No depth charge here, but potential for another hook to land, and also the Nocturne to come on in, and Paulo starts running the other way. As he knows, he is dead. Unfortunately, that's going to give that kill over to Yehu, who really loves it. Take a look at Yehu's items here. Already has a death cap.
Yeah, he's
second.
Going straight into that one. That's
Blues.
a lot of... At this point.
Yeah. They have a lot of control over this area. They got Senna down there. Morgan's waiting. You know, maybe TP's in for the fight after taking the turret down. But just thinking about it for now. There's the turret, and now he's TPing. So yes, we will be fighting over this objective, but they're already on it.
It's too late, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they're zoning them away as well. Yehu trying to do his best at that, but this objective will go the way of DRX. Smite comes in. Fight trying to be forced here by the side of Bro. They're going to get their Gwen in it, as the Paranoia is used, and it looks like Onda might be sacrificed here. If they can get this kill over to Bull, that will be huge.
I think that's exactly what they're looking to do.
They definitely should, and they will. That's a very good call, as he does get a massive cash in, as 2,100 gold now.
Yeah, that was pretty huge.
아 개이득이야. 나 이거 1,100원 먹었어. 1,400원.
It's his first kill of the game.
He got 1,400, he said.
1,400.
Big money. And now we're in fighting over the blue buff. The Sponge in a lot of trouble. He's quite tanky actually for an Octurne, but he's still gonna go down as Clorky gets the kill. And we got a 1v1 on the left side here. Morgan just bullying Rich out a little bit. No Baron just yet, but we got a minute until it. Just gonna be the kill for now.
Yahoo looking for something.
Okay. He's making plays. He's trying to do something. He's going back in, and he's got one more charge. He's going to be keeping a close eye on that one. The charm is very good, but can they get the follow-up? Yes, they will, actually. LazyField going to get that one, as now one stun could do it. Morgan just going to snip him to death instead, as they do go very deep for this, but now Rich is here. Looking to get the follow-up. This Ambessa could go crazy in this fight, and as Bull is in a lot of trouble, he will be going down. Clorky can't get away. That's another one going to Rich, as he has gone insane mode in this fight, and he will pick up the double by the end of it all.
This is really reminiscent of the game 1 fight where you were winning it, you could have walked away. Bro have another opportunity to team fight for it. You know, right now Morgan has bottom side control, but isn't actually relevant in the fight, as Yahoo's looking for a really cool angle. Love that control ward.
You got the Poppy ult here. Finally gonna come through, but that's just the Nautilus. And Yahoo's here. I mean, it's gonna do a huge chunk, and that sets up the Ambessa perfectly. As will they even get the kill? I'm not even sure. It's a ton of pokers come out. They're gonna get a couple of kills outside of that, but the snowball continues rolling as they get that Ocean Drake.
There's just no way. Krakow got up for 5 seconds, and I mean, Bull doesn't even have ult, so I don't think they're really worried about anything. They have a control ward in the pit. I mean, it's almost interesting that Bro even showed up to be in the area, because it's gone. That's what I'm really getting at. Now watch
it can be very powerful, but that's exactly what he did. He was hitting a front target from a weird angle, but it's a guaranteed charm, essentially, if they don't know where you're coming from. So it just sets up the Ambessa perfectly, whereas if LazyField's in their face or even flanking, maybe Rich isn't in range, or, you know, they can dodge the charm, they can flash it, whatever they want to do. So just a really intelligent play.
And you have to be,
Yahoo.
I mean, there's really, at this point, almost 3 carries for Bro, but you have to be really well set up to use them. If your comp is getting picked apart piece by piece like that, and it's a really scrappy fight, then it doesn't matter that you still have a Draven, that you still have a Corki. It's just not going to work out, as now this is going to be another inner down. DRX, 4,000, 5,000 nearly on the table here for the gold lead that they have. And I mean, this push continues, and I don't think Bro really have a ton of opportunity here. They have some flank wards, but you don't really have engaged flankers, right? You have a Gwen and you have a Corki, so if they see you on the flank, they just turn on you and kill you. And even if they don't, I don't know if you could really make a play here. They kind of just have to sit back and watch their inhibitor turrets go. I mean, they have plenty of flank wards, but I just don't think that sending Morgan into the backline there is a recipe for success. Nor do I think leaving front line if Krakow dies first. If Morgan gets picked, the damage profiles don't really work out as well as you would like them to. Rich is so tanky. He has a GA, by the way. And, you know, Bro really need to find some angle, some sort of potential pick. Aggressive. Look at how much range he has, though. It's not even that risky, I guess.
They can't do anything about it. I mean, not with Scimitar, not with his team right there, not this late in the game with this much range. Like, he is just a fountain laser right now. Kind of taking the nickname of his of the guy he replaced in Teddy at this point in the game. Trying to turn on to Rich here, but again, he has GA, and the turn from the side of DRX is so quick. And Bro, seriously underestimating the ability for them to turn into this one as Paulo gets the knockaway, but this fight is already over. I mean, Bull is charmed, he's dead, it's a triple. We got a penta angle for LazyField. Quadra comes in.
More.
Paulo's on the run. He's not gonna give this one over. He is quickly running to the fountain. And I don't think he's going to give the Penta over, but it's still going to be a win here for DRX.
You deny the Penta, but you can't stop the DRX upset that only Wadid saw coming.
Paulo's back. He's going in. He's giving it over. And it goes to Sponge.
Oh, man, LazyField, he said something really loud when that happened, and I'm not sure what he said, but it might.
Oh, no.
We'll either find out what he said in the closing comms, or it will be edited out. GG to this one. DRX upset Bro.